Hey there guys, what's going on? KaibaBoy05 here, bringing you a deck that I've been working on for quite a while and just wanted to get your guys' opinion. Now this deck is mostly a deck that I used at locals, trying to make it more competitive, and it's got things in it that I run that I think can give it that competitive advantage to help counter the meta, but it is a Uria Lightsworn deck, and it's got a bit of an OTK element to it. It's because of the speed of the deck. It's got a way to get off fast. But let's get right into the deck. It is a 40 card deck. So first up we run 3 Uria, Lord of the Searing Flames. This guy is obviously from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And for those of you who might be new or who kind of forgot what this card does, let me read it to you. He cannot be normal summoned or set. He can only be special summoned from my hand by sending 3 face-up trap cards you control to the graveyard, and cannot be special summoned by any other way. This card gains 1000 attack for each continuous trap in your graveyard. Once returned, you can target one set, spell, or trap card your opponent controls, destroy the target. Spell and traps cannot be activated in response to this effect's activation. So obviously, popping set back row is what this guy does, and obviously he's a downgrade of Cypher the Sky Dragon, who works off cards in your hands as opposed to, as I just read, Uria is about getting continuous traps into your graveyard. Obviously I'm going to be running a lot of continuous traps, so let's continue with the monsters. We have 9 more left to go. I run 3 Lumina Lightsworn Summoner. You guys know what she does. I think Lumina is the MVP Lightsworn monster, being able to discard cards in order to bring out other ones that I have milled. Obviously I want to mill off my continuous traps into the graveyard to build up Uria's attack, and obviously since I have Lightsworn monsters, I'm going to want to bring back obviously monsters like Raiden and Lila in order to pop back row, mill, and boost attack. So next up I run 2 Raiden, Hand of the Lightsworn. You guys know what he does. I mill the top 2 and he gains 200 attack for each Lightsworn monster that I mill. Now since I don't really have a whole lot, again the primary focus is to mill to get continuous traps into the graveyard to get Uria up to a OTK status, and also, you know, just to get rid of cards out of the deck as well. Then of course at the end of the turn he mills 2. He's also a 4-star tuner, as you guys know. Now I only run 1 Lila, and the reason being is that I have Uria. I understand that Uria is going to be like a one-time thing. Once I get him out, I'm going for the win. I understand that, but still having another monster that is capable of popping that back row, I want to run her at 2. If you guys have a way that you think I could do that, then hey, you know, if I think I need to cut one of my traps or something to add another Lila just for consistency issues as well, you know, be sure to let me know down below in the comments. Next up I run 2 Wolf Lightsworn Beast. You guys know what he does. I mill him, pop him into plays with 2100 beater. That's the primary reason why he's in this deck. Again, another Lightsworn monster, and to also use for synchro plays and XE plays as well. Then I run 1 Felice. Again, she's a 4-star tuner, and I love her for her snipe ability as well. Onto the spells, I run 12. I have 2 reload. Reason why I run reload is primarily if I don't really have what I need to get started to make the deck go, or if, you know, sometimes with Lightsworns and stuff, you can draw deck cards in your hand, so reload's just a way to get that consistency within the deck. I run 2 Hand Destruction. Hand Destruction is primarily twofold: get rid of dead cards and put more continuous traps in the graveyard, and to keep that draw engine going. Next up, the Lightsworn engine stuff: 3 solo recharges, discard a Lightsworn monster, draw 2, and then mill 2. And then of course Charge of the Light Brigade, amazing card. Mill the top 3 and add a level 4 or lower Lightsworn monster from my deck to my hand. Next up, Field Destruction. 2 Dark Holes and 1 Raigeki. On to our traps. They are all continuous, and I run 16 traps, so you know I've got a way for Uria to be at 8,000 or more by the time I summon him. So I run 3 Roll a Decree to negate other traps on the board. 3 Fiendish, 2 Mistake. I had it at 3, brought it down to 2. I'm going to slide the 3rd one. Mistake is an amazing card with how a lot of archetypes run now. A lot of, you know, decks like to add cards from their deck to their hand, so, you know, Mistake says no. I run 2 non-fusion area, Mass Heroes and Shadals. You know, there's a lot of different fusion stuff going around. This shuts that down. 2 Imperial Iron Wall for stopping decks that need to banish I run 2 Imperial Custom. This is to protect my continuous traps. Now obviously you guys could just MST it and then get to the other traps, but at least this is a way to slow you down and make you burn off an MST in order to get to my other resources. Then we have 2 cards left in the deck, 1 Skill Drain and 1 Soul Drain. And onto the extra deck. I know you guys can't see it, so we're just gonna slide over all the cards here. It's obviously 15 cards. First up, my Synchro monsters. I run 2 Michael the Arch Lightsworn, again a way to pop cards, 2600, and then 2 mill 3 at the end of the turn. 1 Black Rose for field wipe, 1 Ancient Sacred Wyvern, 1 Crimson Blader, 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon, 1 Stardust, 1 Scrap, and 1 Stardust Spark Dragon. Onto the XCs, Abyss Dweller, Castile, Dagusto Emerald, Exciton Knight, Cowboy, and Starly Paladinimo. Alright guys, that's the deck. Be sure to let me know what your thoughts are on the deck down below. Like the video if you like the deck. As always, I love to hear your guys' thoughts. As I just said, comment down below on what you thought about the deck and ways to improve it. As always, you can follow me online on Twitter at KaibaBoy05. Guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. I just yesterday, did a opening on the new Seacon Extreme structure deck, so you guys can check out what is in that. If you haven't seen that, be sure to check out the channel for that. And I also got 2 Lightsworn deck profiles up. As you guys can see, I love the Lightsworn engine, so be sure to check those decks out as well. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.